for Omar's class, we had to make a documentary about something that we were passionate about, and Mike brought up this song called "Into the Ocean," which is basically the story of a person who is just bad things keep happening to them, just throwing themselves back out into the world, into basically throwing themselves into the ocean, and being pushed back by the waves. And no matter how many times they get pushed back, they still go back in. They're still trying everything they can to reach their goals. And we're trying to find a subject for it and having a hard time. And right as, we just kind of figured out, okay, we'll just look for someone, Mike got in this accident.
I was at work and my phone rang. It's kind of strange to get a phone call from an area code you're not familiar with. And you hear somebody's voice on the other end you don't recognize. And the first thing they tell you is your son's been in an accident. It's kind of devastating. It's makes you nauseous in a hurry. It's probably one of the worst phone calls you could ever receive, being a parent.
I always wanted to move out to LA because the film industry's out here. I have a passion for film ever since I was little. I always had a camera with me. I always shot stupid videos.
When you come to terms with what happened and realize that when your kid's in a lot of trouble, in a lot of pain, you have to figure out what the next step is to do, I guess.
After high school, I worked dead-end jobs over and over and over again and just got sick of it and decided it was finally time to go to school. Well, I went to the Art Institute of Minnesota for film, and it just wasn't the same as being out here in the film industry. So I decided it was time to actually get up and move out to LA, where I've always wanted to live. It's November 17th, 2011. I was on my way to school like any other day. Traffic was backed up as always. I was going through an intersection, it was probably a mile away from my school, and a kid coming the other direction wasn't paying attention, failed to yield, and took a left turn in front of me, and I slammed right in the side of his car. I broke my left femur in half and broke my wrist. It shifted and impacted itself into my socket and was rushed to UCLA Medical Center. Got to the hospital around 10 a.m. and the first thing they did was pulled my leg apart because of the bones that were snapped were overlapping each other. They had to pull my leg apart and straighten it out. Spent it was 6 days I spent in the hospital. By the time I got out of there, after all the pain and working with physical therapists trying to get on my leg, I finally started to feel like I was making progress when I got home. I'm afraid to try a step. And it was a week after I left the hospital when they had to do surgery on my wrist. The day of my wrist surgery, I had 2 doctor's appointments. I went to the first one early in the morning just to go over my surgery, what they were going to do. And it was supposed to be just an easy in and out, just fix my wrist. I go home after surgery, no big deal. And we got there and it ended up being a lot more than that. And the surgeon called it a unique break because it was broken in multiple places and impacted into the socket. And they didn't know exactly what they were gonna see until they actually cut me open to check. So it kind of threw me off all day until later in the surgery, waiting for it. We waited for about 5 hours laying in the bed. I was hooked up to the IVs and everything because I was an add-on, so they didn't know when they were going to get me in. I'm getting up more and more on my leg. I still can't take a normal looking step. I kind of hop on it, but every day I get a little closer to walking again.
My mother wept, she told me, son, I'll let you cry, but just this once, because I made the same mistakes. Found myself back into the ocean.
It doesn't matter what's happened to me in the past. Life sucks. You just gotta keep moving.